WWE has just unleashed what can only be described as a seismic bombshell onto the wrestling world, targeting their biggest rival, AEW, in a move that has sent shockwaves across the entire industry. At the center of this storm are Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, who have emerged as the leaders of a newly formed, terrifying faction that also includes the monstrous Braun Breaker. This group has just delivered a chilling and brutal message directly aimed at Jon Moxley, AEW's top star, and the response from fans and insiders alike has been nothing short of explosive. The entire wrestling community is abuzz with speculation and excitement, trying to decipher whether this aggressive act was merely a warning shot, a menacing threat, or perhaps the opening salvo of what could become a full-scale cross-promotional war between WWE and AEW. If you haven't already done so, make sure you smash that subscribe button right now, because this story is about to escalate dramatically, and you won't want to miss any of the action as it unfolds. Welcome back to Star Gossip, your ultimate destination for all the hottest news and gossip from the world of professional wrestling. Right now, the wrestling universe is absolutely on fire after an electrifying segment aired on WWE SmackDown. During this unforgettable moment, Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman appeared united with the intimidating Braun Breaker, delivering a message so direct and so menacing that it seemed to shake the very foundations of the wrestling world. Their target? None other than Jon Moxley, AEW's fierce and unpredictable warrior. This development has raised the stakes between WWE and AEW to an entirely new level, with tensions hotter than ever before. Heyman's psychological mastery, Rollins' intense charisma, and Breaker's sheer physical dominance combined to create a faction that could alter the course of professional wrestling history. The burning question on everyone's mind now is, how will Jon Moxley respond to this brazen provocation? Is this just the beginning of a larger, more intricate game, or could this mark the onset of a rivalry that will define an era? For years, wrestling fans around the globe have fantasized about a genuine, high-stakes rivalry between WWE and AEW, two of the biggest wrestling promotions in the world. Now, that long-awaited dream might be closer than ever to becoming reality. Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, and Braun Breaker stand united as WWE's most dangerous and formidable faction in recent memory, and their sights are firmly set on one man, Jon Moxley. This storyline carries added emotional weight because Moxley and Rollins share a complicated past, having once been allies in the legendary faction known as the Shield. However, while Rollins remains with WWE, Moxley has become the heart and soul of AEW, carrying the mantle of former world champion and embodying a spirit of defiance and resilience that has made him one of the most compelling figures in wrestling today. The question now becomes whether Moxley will rise to the challenge presented by this new faction. If he does, the ramifications could be enormous, potentially igniting the wrestling war of the decade and captivating fans worldwide. The scene unfolded dramatically as the arena lights dimmed and Seth Rollins' music thundered through the speakers, signaling the arrival of one of WWE's most cunning and dangerous superstars. Rollins strode confidently to the ring, a smirk full of menace etched across his face. But he was not alone. Paul Heyman, the master manipulator and strategic genius, accompanied him, his eyes gleaming with the promise of chaos. As the tension in the arena built, the Titantron flickered to life, displaying a video of Jon Moxley delivering one of his signature, intense promos in AEW. The crowd buzzed with anticipation, caught between excitement and confusion, until Heyman grabbed the microphone and addressed Moxley directly. Jon, or should I say Dean. Heyman's voice dripped with contempt and cunning. He accused Moxley of trying to escape his past by leaving WWE, warning that no one can outrun their history forever. Then, with Rollins and Braun Breaker standing by his side, Heyman issued a stark, chilling message. Run, hide, pray. These words flashed in bold, blood-red letters across the screen, igniting the crowd into a frenzy of cheers and speculation. Was this simply a provocative challenge meant to intimidate? A declaration of war signaling WWE's intent to dominate the wrestling landscape once again? Or could it be the opening move in a prolonged and intense feud that will blur the lines between the two biggest wrestling companies in history? This segment was more than just a promo, it was a strategic statement. Heyman's faction is positioning itself as the most dominant force WWE has brought together in a long time, and by calling out Moxley so directly, they are breaking new ground in cross-company rivalry storytelling. The idea of a crossover between WWE and AEW remains highly unlikely in the near term due to business and contractual reasons, but the psychological warfare has clearly begun, and it's already captivating fans. Jon Moxley has built his AEW legacy on being an unpredictable, wild force who no one can control or predict. Yet now, WWE is clearly trying to get under his skin and rattle his resolve. With Rollins, his former Shield brother and longtime rival, alongside Heyman, the ultimate puppet master pulling the strings behind the scenes, this storyline could quickly escalate into something monumental. Fans are left wondering, will Moxley step up and respond to this challenge with everything he has? Could this be the start of the much-anticipated Forbidden Door war that wrestling fans have yearned for, where wrestlers from both companies finally collide in a spectacular showdown? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Star Gossip, because when Moxley inevitably fires back, you'll want to be among the first to witness the next chapter in this groundbreaking saga. The wrestling world is watching closely, and the battle lines have been drawn. Get ready for an unforgettable clash. Could this situation lead to an actual crossover event between WWE and AEW? While the likelihood of that happening remains slim, the mental and psychological warfare has already kicked off in earnest. Jon Moxley has built his AEW career on being an untouchable, wild, and unpredictable force. But now, WWE is clearly trying to get inside his head. With Rollins, his former Shield brother, and Heyman, the ultimate puppet master, pulling the strings, this conflict has the potential to escalate rapidly. What do you think? Will Jon Moxley rise to the occasion and respond? Could this be the start of a Forbidden Door war, the kind that wrestling fans have been yearning for? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, smash that like button, and subscribe to Star Gossip, because when Moxley inevitably fires back, you'll want to be the very first to witness it. WWE has just unleashed what can only be described as a seismic bombshell onto the wrestling world, targeting their biggest rival, AEW, in a move that has sent shockwaves across the entire industry. At the center of this storm are Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, who have emerged as the leaders of a newly formed, terrifying faction that also includes the monstrous Braun Breaker. This group has just delivered a chilling and brutal message directly aimed at Jon Moxley, AEW's top star, and the response from fans and insiders alike has been nothing short of explosive.